Hello and welcome to this new video. In the previous video, we have discovered and implemented the achievement display system in the game. In this video, we will continue our work on the player progression to integrate the leaderboards in the game. A leaderboard is used to indicate the rank of a player among the community of players concerning a stat. A leaderboard is based only on a stat, unlike an achievement which can be based on one or more stats. An example of a leaderboard concerning the jump stat is to display the top 10 players who have made the maximum number of jumps during a period. To start, we're going to do the same as the last two videos. So we have to create the table that displays the leaderboards in the game. It's about creating a folder for the leaderboards and then duplicating the two player stats widgets inside. Once duplicated, rename these two widgets. Open both widgets in the editor. Rename the scroll box of the leaderboards widget. Replace stat name with leaderboard name. Replace score with rank. It is the player's rank concerning a leaderboard, in other words a stat. Go to the leaderboard item widget, then replace the text names. Go to the event graph of the leaderboards widget, then delete the whole implementation. Do the same for the widget item. To find the features offered by the plugin regarding the leaderboard interface, search under the category Easy OSS Leaderboards. Basically, the interface offers you several ways to read the leaderboards as well as the features to write a leaderboard. There are 4 options to read leaderboards: for a list of user IDs, for the local player and his friends, leaderboards around a rank, and leaderboards around a player. I will show you all these possibilities with their use cases. It should be noted that the OSS target must support or implement these features. Taking an example of this task, the read around player is to read the ranks above and below a player's rank according to a range. For example, if the player's rank in the leaderboard is 10 and the range is 5, the ranks from 5 to 15 are returned. To cover all these possibilities, I want to add buttons that serve to show us the leaderboards according to the options we choose. Add a canvas panel that will contain these buttons. Add a border to this canvas panel. Add a horizontal box to this border. Add a button to this horizontal box. This button is used to display the leaderboards around the local player. It is useful to display the current rank of the local player, while also displaying the players who have a rank smaller and larger than his rank according to a range. Duplicate button. This button is used to display the local player's leaderboards and his friends' leaderboards. This is useful if you want to allow players to compare their ranking with their friends. Duplicate button. This button is used to display the top 10 leaderboards. It is useful to allow the player to see the qualified players. There is a fourth possibility, which is to display leaderboards for an array of players according to their IDs. I don't want to add a button to it because I want to use the read functionality for the player and his friends instead, but you can use it if you want. Select the first button, then add the on-clicked event. If this button is clicked, we must read the leaderboards around player while this player is the local player. This task takes as parameters the target user ID, which in this example is the local player ID, the range around the rank of this player, and a read object which specifies to the backend the leaderboards we are looking for. Connect the local player ID to the target user ID pin. I want to choose a range of 5, that means 5 players below his rank and 5 players above. The read object is a structure that specifies to the backend the leaderboard name that is being searched. The sorted column is the name of the column by which the result is sorted. Usually it is the name of the stat on which the leaderboard is based. The column metadata specifies the data type of the sorted column. For a stat it is usually an int 32. Go to the dev portal to create a leaderboard. To keep things simple, I want to create only one leaderboard in this tutorial, which will be a leaderboard for the jump stat. I need to plan when this leaderboard will be active and for how long. I want to choose a leaderboard that never expires. I change the start date to give a past date, like that the leaderboard will be active after creation. Give the leaderboard name to the structure. I sort the result according to the stat column. I want to specify the data type of the sorted column, which is an int 32. I display an error message if the task fails. The value returned if the task is complete is an array of leaderboard structure. A leaderboard is represented by its name, the player name, the user ID, the player rank, and the column's metadata. We must create a custom event which is used to update the UI according to the button clicked. Each time the event is called, we must clear all children of the scroll box. This event must take as input the array of leaderboard structures returned by the read tasks. For each leaderboard, we must create an item widget in order to add it to the scroll box. Go to the widget item. We must add an editable variable which represents the leaderboard, which will be passed by the Leaderboards widget. Refresh the Create node, then connect the array element. Add the created widget to the scroll box. Call the refresh event once the task is complete. Since the read object will be the same for all the tasks in this tutorial, I want to promote it to a variable to avoid doing a make each time. Add the on-clicked event of the Player and Friends button. The implementation now consists of reading the leaderboards of the player and friends. This is done via the task read OSS player and friends leaderboards. Connect the read object. Display an error message if the task fails. and call the refresh event if the task is complete. Add the on-clicked event of the top 10 button. The implementation now consists of reading the leaderboards around rank. This is done via the task read OSS leaderboards around rank. This task takes as parameters the rank that we are looking for, and the range around this rank. To get the top 10, you can choose a rank of 1 and a range of 10, or a rank of 5 and a range of 5. Connect the read object. Display an error message if the task fails, and call the refresh event if the task is complete. As a reminder, you can also use this task to read the leaderboards of an array of players. You can, for example, pass the target user's variable of the progress widget to read the leaderboards of the player and his friends. Now go to the widget item to add the function that is used to update the content. From the leaderboard structure, update the widget texts. Call the function in the widget's construct event. Go to the Progress widget to add the Leaderboards widget to the switcher. I want to change the rank and range of the top 10 reading. It is more convenient to use rank 1 and range 10. Run a test by launching multiple client instances and a dedicated server. For now, all players have a stat of 0 jump. Click on the current rank. We see that the backend has returned only the leaderboard of the local player, while it should return the 10 players around the local player. This is a limitation of EOS. This functionality is not yet complete on the EOS side. Click on Player and Friends. We see the leaderboards returned by the backend, but we see that the backend returns the leaderboards of friends only while it must also return the leaderboard of the local player. It is also a limitation on the EOS side. We see the ranking of friends, which is non-logical because all the players have an empty stat value for the moment. Click on Top 10. We see a callback error. This is normal because no player has value for the jump stat. Check the results on other players. We see the same thing. Start a dedicated match for all players. Perform 10 jumps on player 1's side, and 8 jumps on player 2's side and 5 jumps on player 3's side. Return to lobby. We must see that player 1 must be the player who has rank 1 and that player 2 must have rank 2 as well as player 3 who must have rank 3. The current rank always returns an unexpected result with an incorrect rank because it is a failure on the EOS side. Here, friend player 2 is above friend player 3. For player 4 the rank is not correct because his stat is empty. Here, for the top 10, we can clearly see the expected result. We have player 1 then player 2 then player 3. So what should be noted is that the result returned from the backend will not be correct if the player has not yet updated his stat. Check the result on another player. Again, the current rank always returns an unexpected result with an incorrect rank because it is a failure on the EOS side. Now we can clearly see that friend player 1 is above player 2. Still the same rank problem for player 4 because he has an empty stat value. For the top 10, we have the right result. Don't hesitate to use the task which reads the leaderboards by an array of user IDs. It can be an alternative solution to the limitations of the target OSS. The leaderboard interface also allows you to write a leaderboard. This can be useful to level up a player's rank as a reward, for example. Writing a leaderboard requires a session, otherwise the write fails and the node returns false. Like the read object, the write object is a structure specifying to the backend the leaderboard to write and the new rank value to give. You can set the sort method to none. The display format reflects the data type of the rank. The update method has two options. The keep best option chooses the best rank between the current rank and the update rank, while the force option replaces the current rank with the update rank. The leaderboard names represents the array of leaderboards to update. To test the writing of our leaderboard, add a test button. Add the event on clicked. Make an array to add the leaderboard name to write. The rated stat will be the jump stat. I give a stat value of 50. From the game instance, get the current session. Connect current session name. Connect local player ID to target user ID pin. If the writing is OK, so the returned value is true, we must commit the change. To do this, call the node flush OSS player leaderboards. It is useful to clear the cache after each read of leaderboards. It allows to free the memory. To do this, call the node free OSS stats. Run a test to check the writing process. We see that the local player, which is player 3, has 5 jumps for the moment. He is third in the top 10. Writing requires a session, so I will create a lobby session. Click on the Write button. We see that the achievement jump has been unlocked because the stat has changed to 5 plus 50. Here we have a stat value which is 55. Click on Top 10. And voila, player 3 is now the first player in the top 10. We take note that the EOS backend returns the leaderboards with an incorrect rank if the stat is not yet updated by the player. If you want to avoid displaying the leaderboards of players who have empty stats, you can do it by checking the values of metadata columns of the returned leaderboard structure. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.